August 11th, but Billiken Parade was this last weekend, welcoming kids back to school. If you're in the South like me and Tiff, kids are already back in school. But welcome back, Tiff. We've missed you.
Thank
And
you. I know you have, because you two have been sitting on here lying repeatedly every episode, and it really needs to stop.
You're full of shit.
You are. You're both full of shit at all times.
I ain't said nothing.
Yeah, okay. It's been a lot of lies.
Guilty by guilty by
Nah,
affiliation.
it's been
I
look
don't
at
say
you. You
nothing.
can't even get it out. You can't even get it out. It's been a lot of lies. A lot
damn,
of
damn, folks, you just threw me on the bus like that. Okay, all right. I didn't do anything. I'm gonna speak for myself. I didn't do anything. I am not like you.
You're full of shit.
Under the bus I go now.
Yeah, let me see you two fight it out to see who can lie the most. Who can lie the most? Let's see.
Like I said, it's back to school time, and Tiff, we welcome you back to the pod. And just like the football season, it is sort of a back to school for the Bears as well. They had their first preseason game over the weekend, sharing time with the Bud Billiken Parade. So let's talk about that game, Tiff. Q. First and foremost, just like in back to school, you've the first day of school, you're thinking like, man, who had that growth spurt? Who's coming to school with the new fit? Who's looking better? Who did they work over the summer? Like, yeah, that's really what you focused on the first day of school. I don't know, Tiff, you might be different. You was a little bit of a nerd growing up, so you might have been thinking about something else.
Excuse
But,
me. Just because I'm intelligent doesn't mean that I was a nerd. Let's be clear.
You're full of shit.
Huh?
But overall, what was your thought on the game as a whole?
Well, first of all, go ahead, Tiff.
Thank you. I'll just say for a preseason game, it was entertaining enough. I mean, it ended in a tie. They were going back and forth. Some people were playing really hard. So for a preseason game, it was the most enjoyable preseason game that I watched.
I agree. First of all, it was just good to see football being played on the lakefront again. It was good to see the Bears in action. I thought it was for a preseason game, it was entertaining. It wasn't as sloppy as you've seen preseason games. Guys look, for guys that we didn't see a lot of starters. In fact, for the Bears, we probably saw one or two starters total. Either Tyreek or Nashawn are going to get that starting cornerback job. Either Braxton or Trapillo are going to get that left tackle job. So I noticed, you saw guys second, third string pretty on point. You didn't see a lot of penalties from those guys. You didn't see a lot of disorganization from those guys. Those guys clicked for guys that didn't get a lot of reps. So that was my overall thoughts of the game. I'm also grateful that it didn't go to overtime, because overtime preseason is overkill. I think in 2021 they changed the rule that no more overtime in preseason, and I can understand it, because that's too much. You got 60 minutes. Show what you're worth. Show that you deserve to be on the team. Boom, that's it.
Another thing that we do first day of school, we look for all the popular kids. So from this perspective, should the starters have been there for the Bears? I think the Dolphins starters were there, right?
Yeah.
Tua played. I don't know how many other starters played.
A-Chain played too, because he was on that first drive. He got stuffed somewhere, but he had gutted us a couple times in that first drive. They had a few starters out there.
Should the Bears starters, the Bears popular players, should they have been out there as well? I know you already said there was a couple of, we spoke about this in the last episode, Q. There was a couple of players that were out there, and not necessarily, we're not going to talk about them, the ones that were out there, the ones that didn't play. The 17 or so that Ben Johnson held out. Yes or no? Where are you all with that as far as starters playing in the preseason first game?
It's all about the Benjamins and Ben we trust. I'm going to leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with them not starting. I think right now, they're still trying to get a full grasp on, especially the offensive side, the playbook and getting everything down and timing. So I'm okay with them not playing in his first preseason game. Might have been a lot more sloppy looking if they did. So I'm all right with them taking a little bit more time. Plus, we want to protect them. We know football is we've already seen some injuries in preseason. Football is a dangerous sport. So I'm okay with that. And I saw on the sidelines that Ben Johnson is left-handed. So now I have even more
Oh,
trust in Ben
Jesus.
Johnson because he
Here
is
we
a
go.
lefty. So I know he's extremely brilliant and he knows exactly what he's doing. So Ben, you won more of my confidence when I recognize that you are left-handed.
I also sidebar. Now that we since Tiffany opened the door to Glaze Ben Johnson, did you all know that he squat 400 and what? I think I heard 460 pounds. Did you all know that?
I didn't hear any of that. No.
The man,
Where
the man
did you
got
hear
moves.
that
Oh,
at?
I didn't know that, but I did notice when he was on that sideline, he's a dude that looks like he knows his way around the gym. He looks like one of them
But he was
CrossFit dudes.
definitely over there flexing. He did hit the flex. So when they stopped him on that goal
He was
line stand,
he was arms folded like this, like, hey, I've been working out. He definitely had a compression Bears shirt. That was crazy.
yeah, they all
I
did.
didn't
They
know
was like,
Coach
we've been
got
in the gym.
compression.
We finna put these dry fits on. I said, all right, okay. We finna have our muscle shirts on the sideline. Okay. He said he not finna be Matt Eberflus out there. I don't think so.
That's another thing that you look for. Anybody hit a growth spurt. As we talking about Ben Johnson and the rest of the squad looking like they've been in the gym, as they look like they're ready for business and ready to turn a corner. What returning player do you all think impressed the most in this game?
Was that Austin Booker that had the
Yeah,
strip sack? I think he had 3 sacks, 2.5 sacks.
Yes.
Okay.
3.
Booker showed a lot of growth. I tell you who else has been looking good all training camp. Dominic Robinson. He finally looks like he's showing something now. Granted, it was against second and third stringers. Dominic Robinson and Booker, they were getting home off the edge. Ian Willer looked nice coming off that ACL. Looked like he had a good burst out of the
He
returning
did.
guys. Let
I
me
was
see.
happy for him.
Yeah, I was too. Ian Willer looks
They got
like,
his touchdown call back. I said, damn, we always getting some
yeah,
penalties.
but he showed he still has those wheels. You know, the first thing you look for a guy coming off ACL, does he still have that burst? He looked like he had it. So those are Noah Sewell.
Damn, you gonna take everybody? Is you just gonna take everybody? Go ahead. We're just gonna give
I'm
this
done.
question
I'm
to Q
done.
because he finna
I'm
run down
done.
the whole
Okay,
roster
go
of
ahead.
everybody.
Go ahead.
No, you got it, Q. Go ahead. You done ran through my whole list, so you might as well go ahead and finish it off your thought.
I like what Noah Sewell did. He had a big stuff. I believe that was on 4th down at the goal line. And I was against the Dolphin starters. This is going in his 3rd year. He's missed some time with injury. So I know he's fighting for a roster spot because the linebacker room just added more depth with Ruben Hippolyte getting drafted. So that was a good look for him.
Since Q, took everybody, he had 2 of mine because I definitely had Booker and Noah. I'm going to throw in Cairo in there. I'm going to throw in Santos because that 57-yard field goal that he hit looked very good. So we want him to keep hitting those because we don't need any more field goal shenanigans this season. So I'm going to throw Cairo in there as the extra returning player who looked good.
He said he's been working on his strength, his not just his technique, but his actual strength, so he can have more distance and more trajectory on his kicks.
Good, bro, because no more block kicks, sir. Zero
I know
more block kicks.
that was a point of contention with you last season, Q, and we definitely don't want any more of those issues, especially against our division ops, right? Because the word was out last year, and I like to see that. So to your point, Tiff, I'm definitely agreeing with that one. Austin Booker, I think he had about 10 or so positive plays in that preseason game, Q.
He was definitely the star of the game to me.
Yeah.
He would have got the game ball for sure.
As you said, that he dominated against both starters and reserves. He's got a lot of potential. I would love to see some of that potential start to make its way onto the field on Sundays, but it's a crowded front seven, especially as the base defense has changed now, and you've got certain bets in front of him, but he's gonna make a push. I'm pulling for him. No Diddy.
He's definitely gonna push Dale. Dale's gonna have to do more than 3 sacks. Dale's
Mhm.
gonna have to get to the quarterback to keep Booker off the field.
Anybody else? You mentioned Ian Wheeler. You mentioned Austin Booker, Noah Sewell.
I got one more. I got Austin Reed. I like the way Austin Reed. He got jerked because John Jackson, Caleb Williams' bestie. By the way, John Jackson,
Mhm.
you know you only here because you Caleb Williams' bestie. You didn't even shine at USC. But there were 3 passes he sent in John Jackson's direction on that last drive. He should have had at least 2 of them. Should have had at least 2 of them. If you want to make a roster, if you want to make a practice squad, um, you got to make 2 of them. Austin Reed, I thought Austin Reed looked pretty good. Coming back. The hype machine is always around Tyson Bagent every year, but I think Austin Reed deserves a little push or a longer look. I would love to see him against some of the second stringers, get in the game early, see what he could do.
Another thing, well, I think also, as we're also always looking for all our homies on the first day of school, like, man, bro, what you been on, blah, blah, blah. It's also our classmates that ain't really doing anything over the summer. They ain't going on no trips. They ain't come back. They not fly. The same, I seen you wore that freshman year, bro. You just the same. What returning players for the Bears? They didn't take a step forward, in your opinion. Were there anyone that played in this game that you're like, that's it? I mean, you're not doing anything new?
I didn't think anybody stood out as in they didn't improve. I would have liked to see. There was a couple times I saw Tyson Bagent. I thought he held onto the ball too long. He took an ugly sack. I would have liked to see. This is 3rd year on the team, albeit this is his 1st year in the system. And he gets so much praise, so much ridiculous praise. I've seen people talk about trading him for a 2nd-round pick, as if that's.
I would love that. I would love
No,
that.
I would pack his bags for him, but I wanted to see Tyson be just a little bit more accurate on a couple of his throws and a little bit more decisive. He threw a pick. There was a couple passes that got away from him, so I would have liked to see Tyson, especially if he gets hyped by a certain segment of this fan base that. Once again, I saw tuned. I don't know why I do this. Tuned into a Bears message board and heard somebody say Tyson should be the starter and that he's looked better than Caleb in camp. And I'm like, bro, how many? Where were you at camp to confirm this? So I would have liked to see Tyson look a little bit better in this game.
I'm just glad Caleb he getting more reps. I'm glad that Ben Johnson is a firm leader. I'm glad he's getting Caleb and telling him, "Hey, bro, get your shit together. Get your emotions under control, bro. Get your emotions under control, bro. We can't be having hissy fits when we don't hit a target, okay? Hey, you didn't hit a 10-foot target. It's okay. Don't have a hissy fit about it. Just relax."
So besides being a left-hander, hold on. Besides being a left-hander, she also likes Ben Johnson because she likes the reports of him being hard on Caleb Williams. That's what she likes. That's what she
No,
really likes.
not being hard, but being stern and firm and saying, "Bro, hey, this is a grown man game. You can't be having tantrums when things don't go your way." You know what I mean? It's only a few people that can do that. Like, you gotta be, like the GOAT to be able to have tantrums on the sideline when things don't go your way. And so I like that. I like that about Ben. That's what we
I bet
need. That's what he needs. That's what the whole team needs: structure, discipline.
Facts.
Because it was still too many penalties yesterday. For a preseason game, it wasn't crazy, but it was still like, all right, we still need to get these. It was a reminder. There were a lot of plays that reminded me, like, yeah, these are the things that the Bears need to continue to work on, and penalties is one of them. So I like that he's strict, not just on Caleb, but the whole team, because we need some structure.
Yeah, I know Ben got them together for them penalties after the game. I know there was sprints being ran, and I know he's going to get them together next practice.
Good.
You mentioned quarterback Tyson Badger. He played the whole first half. The Miami defense, they only was out there for 2 series. Correct me if I'm wrong. He went 3 and out both times. He did have the last year starting left tackle tackle Braxton Jones with them out there with the his pocket wasn't clean. He took sacks, but sticking with Tyson Badgett right now before he move off. He played the entire first half, like I said. Was he the best quarterback in this game?
I think Case looked better than him to me.
I would agree with that, but in all fairness, I think Bajan's seen, higher level of competition. So it's really hard to judge who was the best quarterback, especially when you got, Tyson saw some of Miami starters. Miami didn't play their whole starters, but uh, he certainly saw the best of Miami defense as compared to the other quarterbacks. So while he did have, Braxton Jones out there, Colson Loveland was out there for him, Luther Burden, guys who were going to actually be factors on Sunday. He saw, higher degree of competition. I agree with Tiff. Case looked the best overall. He moved the ball well. The offense it just seemed like it was just more organized and more in structure when Case was out there. Case has been in the league 13 years. This is 13th season,
Mm-hmm.
14. So, he has an advantage as a veteran. He's got more experience than Caleb. He's got more experience than the quarterback room combined. So there are going to be certain things that Case just does well. He's been in several camps. So yeah, I thought Case looked the best, but I would have loved to, like I said earlier, I've liked what I've seen from Austin Reed in the 2 years he's been here. He was on the practice squad last year. He had a pretty good preseason last year as well. I would love to see him play against second stringers or, start a game. I get Bajan and Keenum are in a battle for the backup role, but yeah, I would like to see I would like to see Reed get a crack earlier in the game.
Rank the Bears quarterback room based on performance on Sunday versus the opponent. They played Miami Dolphins.
Rank them?
The Bears played 3 quarterbacks. Miami Dolphins played 3 quarterbacks. Like, how would you said Case was number 1, right? So slot in where Tyson falls in out of the 6 quarterbacks that played. And
man, Quinn Ewers looked awful. He picked up right where he left off last year at Texas. That boy stood. Quinn Ewers looked awful. He is 6.
But look, they were dropping a lot of his passes, though. I mean,
man, he didn't do himself no favors.
I mean, he did have that fumble on the 3-yard line. That's never good. But go
on. I'm gonna say
Tua Tagovailoa
didn't impress me, but I'm gonna give him the nod. Yeah,
Got
Tua Tagovailoa.
number 1. Please don't ever put him up there again.
I'm gonna go Case number 1. I'm gonna go Tua number 2.
Tua Tagovailoa.
He did lead the Dolphins down the number 3. I'm gonna go Tyson, even though I'm hard on him. I'm hard on him based on him being here 3 years. I expected to see a little bit more growth, but I'm gonna put him number 3. I'm going to go Reed number 4, and then I'm gonna go Zach Wilson 5 and you were 6.
Hey, it sounds great to me. I wasn't particularly tuned into Miami's QBs, so
it's hard to pay attention when you get to the end of the third quarter of a preseason game. It's not like if I watch the game again and I got to evaluate it, maybe that would change. But it's hard when you get to at a certain point, you're like, I'm ready for this game to be over. I've seen what I wanted to see. Kyle Monangai looked great. I like the way Booker played. Let's get out of here.
So I know most Bears fans are just tuned in to, see how the offense looks and see hopefully we win a game. But I think what I was looking forward to, I want to see, one, how the defense looked against that Miami offense, because most of the players are, one, they were starters, and 2, they've been in that offense for a while. And the second thing I'm looking forward to was obviously the left tackle battle. I wanted to see who took a step forward. Let's talk defense first before we talk that left tackle. Did the defense show you what they needed to show you Sunday as far as connectivity, able to get off the field? Basically, do they look like the same, I don't want to say incoherent, but the same undisciplined team that they were last year?
They didn't show me what I'm looking to see quite yet. I mean,
What are you looking to see?
Like they looked. There were a lot of things that reminded me of last season. Like there were flashes where it was like, hell yeah! Like okay, we let them drive all the way down the field, but we had a goal line stop. So okay, you hype like yeah, here we go. But throughout the whole game, the defense continued to let them get huge chunk plays and drive down the field. And then put that up against the offense where it's like the first 3 drives, we 3 and out. So it's like it was a lot of things that reminded me of last year that weren't positive. So I'm confident that they're gonna get it together, but like the continuing to let the other team drive down the field with these big chunk plays wasn't exciting for me.
I liked, I hate to even use this term because you just played him in a clip, but I like there were a couple common sense calls from Dennis Allen, even though it's a preseason game. The Dolphins were on a 4th down, and a couple of things that have irritated me in previous Bears administrations is you got a team on the ropes, they're on 4th down. Please get pressure. Don't let this quarterback sit in the pocket and get to a second, third option. Dennis Allen sent a blitz and it got home. I don't remember what quarterback got sacked. I think it was Zach Wilson. Was it Wilson or was it Ewers? It's Wilson and Ewers. They're the same people to me. Uh, but anyways,
Damn shame.
the blitz got home. I like that because I don't care if it's preseason, regular season. I don't want the quarterback sitting and having time on the 4th down. First of all, it's 4th and 15. He has to be in the pocket for a minute for it to develop. The route's got to develop 15, 20 yards down the field for him to have a chance at a first down. Get pressure on him, get him on the ground. That's what happened. I like that. I'm not going to judge the defense too much because the only starter was Tyreek. I do think he'll win the job over Nashawn, but the only starter on defense that played was Tyreek. So they went up against some Miami starters. So I expected Miami to have that advantage. But the defense was physical. I like that. They were physical. And the defense on the Eberflus wasn't always bad. It's just after the first 6 games, things went to hell. Eberflus defense, I'm not gonna rain on him too bad because one unit he did in his 3 years, one unit he kind of had a grasp on for the most part. What's the defense? The defense performed pretty well on especially that second year. But the defense is pretty solid on Eberflus. So not gonna rain on Eberflus and say, we want something totally different because there were times that Eberflus defense was strong last year. So I hope Dennis Allen continues that what we saw from the first few games of the Eberflus last season. Nashawn did look good in the game, so I see why they fall in love with him and all. And in all fairness, Nashawn, he was a 3rd round pick a few years ago. He's a 6'4" corner. Dennis Allen likes long physical corners.
Yeah.
How often do you see a 6'4" corner?
Richard Simmons. Oh, did I say Richard Simmons? Richard Sherman.
Let's say Richard Simmons.
Loud.
You
It
sweating
happens
for
to
the
the best.
homies over there? What are we doing?
It happens to the best of us.
Whoa.
The best we all. The best of us.
Workouts you be doing?
That just came out of left field. Where would his name come from?
It happens to the best of us.
What in the dreadhead cowboy is going on here?
Hey, what kind of where?
Listen,
Okay.
it happens to the best of us. We all misspeak from time to time.
We do.
Speaking of Richard Simmons, for a guy that worked out that much, shouldn't he be in a little bit more toned or cut?
No, because he was just doing silly workout. I think he was just like, he wasn't really
Step
like
aerobics.
Billy Blanks wasn't that cut up either. He was Tyboing his life away, was he? I don't think he was that cut up.
I don't know.
Was he?
Billy Blanks was skinny, but he was shredded.
Yeah, he was kind of shredded.
Maybe I'm not thinking of the right person.
He wasn't
but
big, but Blanks was shredded.
Okay, maybe I missed that memo. Because I was like, okay, all that punching in the air you doing, bro, it's not helping too much.
I guarantee you put a Billy Blanks workout on, you're going to respect it 15 minutes into it, Tiff. Go ahead and try it.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't Tyboing that. I feel you.
Billy was working.
It was working for him.
Like I said, even the best of us misspeak from time to time.
Tua Tag Ovalia.
That's not the
But
best of us, okay? So even the worst of us misspeak sometimes. Say that when you play that clip.
Well, the American people have spoken, rigged or not,
No,
whether Elon
no,
helped them or not. The American people have spoken, and they decided
no,
that he is the president
no,
until
no,
further notice, until
no.
further
Till midterms,
until
okay?
until
impeachment.
that until that impeachment, until that next impeachment.
Until
Um,
midterms.
so yeah, the defense, to me, they play with a lot of energy. You can see the aggressiveness from Dennis Allen's play calls and the players, which I like. Tiff, you did say that there was a little bit of a familiar part when you're letting the team drive down the field just for you to make a goal line stop. I don't think we're going to see a lot of that come this season. I don't just from what I know from Dennis Allen.
I mean, I hope not either, and hey, like you said, it's preseason. We giving everybody grace, but when I'm seeing it, whether you play at first, second, third, whatever string you play, you still playing. And at
Mhm.
one point, our second string is playing they second string or they third string. So it's not like we got the starters
Yeah.
out there the whole game continually burning it. So I mean, it's just habit patterns to me. You know what I'm saying? So we see it, and then Dennis says, "Hey, this ain't gonna work." Cool. But I'm just like, boy, it's very reminiscent of last season. So, you know, they'll get it together though. I
But
have
yeah,
full
I
confidence in left-handed Ben Johnson to get these guys
Here
together.
we go.
Okay,
Here we go.
get it,
I
because
can't wait to see. I can't wait to see this defense with all these starters on it, Jalen Johnson included. Um, Especially and in that, depending on who's the second cornerback, Tyreek Stevenson. We don't know if he's going to be the starter come week one, but I think basically because Jalen Johnson has been injured and Nashawn Wright has stepped to the forefront and made a lot of great plays, like you said. He's been a shining starter this off season. But I think we all know that the Tyrese Stevenson job being on the line was a bit of a revelation. We didn't expect that. We did expect that Braxton Jones' job would be available. Uh, did we learn anything in this preseason game one from the left tackle battle?
Man, Trapillo is I don't want to keep repeating. That is a huge dude. Like he stands out at left tackle. Like
Can we?
I'll be honest, like I didn't hear their names called too much, and I didn't see pressure coming from I guess that's a good thing. You don't want your left tackle being noticed for anything but pancakes. I noticed Trapillo one time when it was a third down and the line protection broke down for Bajent, but it wasn't on Trapillo's side. Like he stonewalled his guy, but everywhere else it broke down. I think Chris Glazer missed the block, but Trapillo looks solid in his anchor, looks solid in his footwork. Braxton did what he does, and for I know Braxton is in a position battle, but Braxton's been a solid left tackle. Now, there are things that
Mm,
he has weaknesses, like the bull rush gets Braxton. He I don't he hasn't been able to add that anchor strength, that strength throughout his career. He's susceptible to the bull rush, but he's an average starting left tackle. So I don't necessarily think in that game either one of them separated themselves. I think they both did a solid job.
yeah, I would agree. Neither one of them, separated themselves much for me, honestly.
And that's not a bad thing. I don't think it was a neither one of them separated because they didn't have good performances. I'm just saying they kind of did their jobs, right?
Ozzie Trapillo, I do remember one play. I think he did get beat on, I forget what down it was. But other than that, I couldn't tell him apart other than the fact that Trapillo is, a mountain. He lost 2 out of 37 snaps. He looked really good in play action situations. I was paying attention to how he looked as a run blocker. So, because run blocking might be a little difficult for somebody as large as he is, but
Hmm.
he looked pretty good. He looked pretty good to me.
I was gonna say he definitely sprung a couple of runs his side. He moves
Right.
well for a dude his size.
Especially in zone blocking schemes, especially in zone blocking schemes. That's what I was paying attention to. Braxton Jones on the other side, he struggled a little bit more than I noticed from Trapillo. Maybe that's because he was with guys who aren't who wouldn't be necessarily starters with them. Maybe he's not used to playing with them as of right now because he's been taking majority of his snaps with the ones, not necessarily in padded practice, but during the walkthroughs, during the installs, he's been with guys who wasn't playing next to him. So I don't know. I'm willing to throw him a bone there, give him a mulligan on that one. But as you said, one of his biggest flaws is he's susceptible to the bull rush. He's not very good when he's trying to mirror a pass rush or an edge that's lined up over him. But to that point, he still has the experience edge to me over Trapillo. Like I said, I did notice that Trapillo did get beat that one time. Other than that, I think Trapillo mostly went up against twos, and he dominated twos, as I would think he would, even as a rookie. But until I get to see Trapillo against the ones and really, I guess, really grade him out that way, I could concur that this is still an up for grabs job. And Braxton, even if he's not even 100%, because I don't think he is out there, it don't look like he's
No,
he's anywhere
that leg
near.
injury was nasty. That was a tough leg.
Yeah,
Broken.
yeah. I think he's. Yeah, I think he's rushing back. I think he's
He
clear
has no
to
point.
play, but I don't think he's 100% in any facet. An ankle injury for somebody that size is definitely not going to be a good thing. But yeah, I don't think there's any noticeable separation yet. So we would take this into the second week, the next joint practice with the Buffalo Bills, and the next preseason game with the Buffalo Bills, where we probably will see ones play a complete half of football.
Let me ask you all a question. Trapillo has had nothing but praise this offseason. And he does look like he has a bright future ahead of him. Monday night, are you comfortable with him lining up on the left side across from a guy who's just coming off a Pro Bowl year, Jonathan Greenard, and that Brian Flores-led defense? Are you all comfortable with a rookie second-round pick doing that?
Yes. And Tiff, I'll let you get in there in a second. But the reason I'm going to just say this, yes, because even though he's inexperienced, that's a big dude. You lay on somebody enough, they're going to get tired. Just like in boxing. If someone's constantly hugging you, you already know what you're in store for come around 7, 8, and so on. Your hands going to start falling, and you're going to start catching these hooks. And Ozzie, even though Jonathan Grenard or Vander, whatever his name is,
Van Ginkel.
Van Ginkel, and the rest of them, they keep coming around that edge. Ozzie gonna make you feel them. You gotta feel me at least.
They're not big
No, they're
guys.
not. They're not at all. They're not at all. They're more built for speed. You know what I'm saying? More like in a Dwight Freeney type of freaky way.
Yeah.
Oh, the more he gets to lay on them, push them, stuff like that, come third and fourth quarter, gotcha, as Kanye would say, gotcha. It's going to be more of an easy lane for Caleb to feel less of any pressure coming off his backside. Tiff, what do you think? Would you be comfortable with a rookie, a second round draft pick from a nerd school defending Caleb's blind side?
I mean, as long as he's ready, at some point he's gonna have to dive into the deep end. I get Q's point, Monday Night Football, your first game.
Everybody's
That's
watching.
yeah, everybody's why your nerves, you would rather ease them in on a nice Sunday afternoon,
That's
so
how
I
I
get
feel.
Q's point. But if he's ready and he's clearly the better tackle, then I'm cool with rocking with him. But I think, if you see he ain't holding up well, then but what does that do to his confidence if he gets pulled? So I don't know. I think it would be a safer bet not to start him than to, get him out there looking crazy.
Is it the safer bet? Because it's what, less than 30 days until Monday Night Football.
Well, we
Less than
already
30
saying
days.
that he hasn't been head and shoulders better than Braxton. So if he hasn't been head and shoulders, would you not give the nod to experience in a situation like that?
Yeah, I see where you're going, but like I said, it's less than 30 days to Monday Night Football. Less than 30 days until kickoff. Braxton, if he ain't healthy, if he ain't 100% now, he ain't gonna be 100% then. So if whatever the situation is, we're gonna either put a rookie out there who's completely healthy, or we're gonna put a vet out there who's a little bit less than what he would be, and he's already, as Q pointed out, mid. So if he's an injured mid, what is the return we're looking for?
Right. You a little anti-Braxton. You sound anti-Braxton. You
I'm
not
not
with the Braxton
anti-Braxton.
A
train?
couple weeks ago. He was pro Braxton a couple of weeks ago. I was the pro Ozzie
Oh,
guy.
okay. He done flip-flopped, huh? Mm.
He don't flip flop. He saw Big Ozzie in action. That's what he saw.
Pause.
He saw the bodyguard. Hey, we gonna call Ozzie the bodyguard. Y'all remember the bodyguard movie? Whitney and Kevin Costner?
Yes, I do. Whitney.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be Caleb. That's gonna be Caleb and Ozzie.
No, actually, I haven't seen that movie since I was a shorty, but I have seen, and this is leaving Netflix soon, The Hitman's Bodyguard. That's a good movie. Check that out. With Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds.
I gotta add that to my watch. That's one of those things that's always been on my watch list, but I never sat down and actually watched it.
Nah,
We'll
it's a
watch
decent
that.
watch. It's like a little under 2 hours. Samuel L. Jackson, and they had Samuel L. Jackson doing some crazy stunts. Like, come on, bro, like 80 years old. Like, relax. He's not jumping off of flights of stairs and shooting people. Come on, dog. But it's a decent watch. But in any case, this is where I'm at. But if you all are saying I'm flip flopping on the left tackles, I'm on a Kennedy. I'm in traffic. I gotta go to O'Hare to pick up one of y'all, and the express lane open up. To me, the express lane is Ozzie. Like, I can stick with it on the right side, and go in and out of traffic with Braxton, or I can get this easy lane with this 7-foot giant who should be in a WWE instead of playing football. I can do that. I think I'm gonna do the easy. I think I want to scoot around the ebbs and flows of traffic. Yeah, I'm gonna get around the congestion. I want to get around all that. So, can you blame me?
Hey, we
Not at
rocking
all.
with you.
Tiff, I think you said it on the left tackle side. What if he looks bad on the Ozzie Trapillo? Don't forget Kyra Amagaji, the other guy in the left tackle discussion. He started his career against this same Minnesota Vikings defense, and he got embarrassed.
I was about to say, and he got embarrassed, exactly, just like you said. So let's not have that happen 2 years in a row.
I'm glad you brought that up
Yeah.
because that's in the back of my mind what they did to the last rookie they saw. That's in the back of my mind.
And
What
we
the
don't
Vikings
need no
people.
more of that. He probably ruined for his whole career just
That's
from
why
that.
I like Tiff's idea of maybe easing Ozzie in on a Sunday. I think Ozzie is going to take this job eventually, anyways. I just don't know about Monday night against that. That Brian Flores defense. Not only does he have good edge rushers, but they give multiple looks, multiple fronts, blitzes, delayed blitzes. That's going to be a lot for a kid just coming into his first game. It's a lot to digest.
It's a lot of similarities. You have, like I said, they both were rookies. Well, Ozzie is a rookie. Kyron was a rookie at that point. They're big guys. I think they're both bigger than Braxton.
Yeah.
And they're starting their careers against the Minnesota Vikings and that extremely pressure-packed rush that they have going on from the Flores defense. And the last similarity, they're both from nerd schools.
You really got something against these nerds right now, huh?
I wasn't gonna say it, Q. I'm like, they for real must have took his lunch money, or they must have said they were gonna do a term paper for him, and he got an F or something, because it's a lot of animosity on that end. I don't understand.
That's been his reservation about Ozzie earlier in off-season podcast. He's from a nerd school. Well,
You
So
know,
you gonna say he's
Ryan
smart,
Pose.
okay.
Hey, listen, right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Can't have
Coastal
that.
Coastal Loveland's from a nerd school too. It just so happens to be a
Michigan
football
really a nerd
factory as
school?
well.
Michigan
Yes.
not for the
Michigan
athletes,
is a nerd.
for the
No, no, no,
athletes.
no, 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 no,
And I
no.
remember that
Michigan
Fab
Michigan is a nerd school. What?
Oh,
Oh,
not
don't
for
count the
athletes.
Fab.
I know if people were naming off top nerd schools, nobody's throwing Michigan in that mix.
They call Michigan the Harvard of the Midwest.
That's what Michigan calls itself. Like,
Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
that's what Michigan calls itself.
That's
And
what
I don't want to
Michigan
hear
calls
anything from
itself.
Michigan fans because they be insane. Relax.
All the Big
Have
Ten
you seen them
schools
in the stadium?
are elite.
Listen, time out. I don't think anybody is of superior intellectual or high IQ if it's 20 degrees and they're painted yellow and blue with their nipples out. I'm sorry. I don't think that's what nerds do. Nerds wear coats. The Michigan Wolverines, no.
Nerds do wear
No.
coats.
Yeah, nerds are smart enough to wear coats. Them dudes be out there with their nipples out, painted blue in maize. No, no. Like Tiff
I'm
said,
not.
that's what they like to call themselves.
I think you all are misunderstanding me. I'm not using the term nerd in a pejorative. I'm just pointing out a fact. Ryan Pose is from a nerd school. He likes the nerd. He likes guys from nerd schools. Kyron Amagaji, nerd school.
That's definitely
Ozzie
nerd
Trapillo,
school.
nerd school. Yes. And I'm gonna say it again. If you are a Big Ten institution, you are also a nerd school. You just also happen to be a football factory. Yeah, it could be two things at once. Now, we ain't saying that about the SEC.
You know what you're there for if you're at an SEC school.
Yeah. You got put your body on the line, son. Let's go.
You ain't had to learn nothing. Learn your playbook. Somebody will do your homework for you. Don't worry about that.
Shame.
USC is also in the Big Ten, isn't it?
Yeah, now they are.
Yeah. Nerd school. Shout out to Caleb.
No Caleb slander from me today.
Well, I'm glad you admit it.
I'm excited to see Caleb play. I'm excited for Caleb to show that he was the best QB in that draft. I'm excited for that.
And he will.
Good. I'm excited to see it. Can't wait.
Need a Garrett's popcorn break.
Another thing that we do on the first day of school, other than we, checking out for our homies, saying like, man, what you been up to over the summer, catch it back up. You also jaying down on the new kids, the freshmen. You also got to check them out to see what they got going on. I want to check out the new kids. Maybe somebody transferred in or the freshmen. With that, what rookie or first year Bear impressed you in this game on Sunday? Don't trip over yourselves to say Kyle Manunga either. Also from Big Ten nerd school.
Yeah, Kyle did. I mean, the contact balance was there. The physical running, finishing off runs. One of the comparisons was they said Ben Johnson liked him because he reminded him of David Montgomery. You saw a lot of David Montgomery in him. I didn't see Roshan out there, so I'm assuming Roshan's spot is pretty solidified. Obviously, DeAndre Swift is. Kyle gonna eat into their work before the end of the season. I like Kyle. Really, I don't want to sound like a homer, but the entire class looked good to me. Luther Burden looked athletic. He looked as built. He had a couple nice catches. Loveland, I think he had a catch early in the first or second drive. He didn't play a lot, but Loveland, he looked as advertised. Ruben Hippolyte, who we thought was a reach, looked fast, looked instinctive, looked good at linebacker. Poe's whole class looked good. I hate to sound like a homer. I don't know if all of them will continue to excel like that, but the whole class, I know I'm missing somebody. Manungai, Hippolyte, Trapillo. Oh, we didn't see Shamar play. He's still dealing with a leg injury, right? So we didn't see him. But the whole class that was out there, they look good. The whole freshman class. You ain't picking on none of them. These freshmen built different. You're not picking on none of them or giving them wedgies. No, this freshman class look solidified.
You can throw a penny at any freshman.
Shout out to Ja'Day Walker. number 20, Ja'Day Walker, undrafted rookie, 6'4", excellent body control. He jumped out. He jumped out on the screen for the guys, for the backups, the third stringers. He looked good. So overall, I was pleased with Poe's rookie class, the freshmen.
What did you think, Tiff?
Once again, Q took the whole roster, so I don't know what you want me to say.
Football is back. I'm excited.
Excuse my homie Tiff. He's used to getting the ball and everybody clearing out.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean that's what we've been doing
My bad.
this whole summer. So he's got to learn to play with a good teammate again. So
You got to go first every time because he's clearly gonna.
Caleb has to learn to play
take
instruction.
everyone.
I got to learn to play instruction.
Okay. Thank you. I was gonna say Luther because I was gonna try to only do one person and leave someone for the rest of you all, but Q covered it very well. But no, I thought he looked good. I think he got our first down conversion, like when we've done, the three and outs, I think on like third down. He had a good catch to get us our first down. So he looked good. Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. I'm gonna rock with him.
Luther Burton. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Q said him. So that's good.
I did.
He did say him. He said him. Oh, he definitely.
Well, I know you said the whole rookie class looked good.
I even talked about the undrafted free agents. I'm gonna leave it alone though.
All right. So Roshan Johnson, you did mention him. He is currently dealing with a foot injury. He was held out of practice on the 7th. So he didn't play against the Dolphins. Just to bring that back around for what you said, Q. All right. Last thing. Was there anything you learned from this game against the Dolphins, Tiffany?
I don't know if I learned this per se, but I thought our return coverage was kind of lackluster. And they had mentioned during the broadcast that, our return coach, his name is escaping me, but he was the only one that kept his job from the
Richard
last
Hightower.
crew.
Yeah, Richard Hightower.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
understanding why he was the only one that got to keep his job because I didn't feel like special teams was like so on point last year. So that's confusing to me out of all the coaches why he was the one that got to keep his job when we had several high profile special teams gaffes last year. So that was kind of odd to me, but we'll see. Hopefully they can, preseason, we giving them all that, but the return coverage. Yeah, it was real.
They did cut the screen. He was giving somebody the business over there.
Good. He need to. He gave him the business last year too, and they were still out there playing crazy. So maybe he need to give him some different business because that business ain't helping so far. But yeah, that was just one of the things that I saw. I mean, overall, you can't take too much from a preseason game, but it was a competitive game. I was just happy to see the Bears back out there.
You all listen to Waddle and Sylvie, right? On ESPN 1000. Have you all heard what they call Richard Hightower, Bears special teams head coach?
No.
Well, their nickname for him is Dick Skyscraper.
Yikes!
What?
Richard Hightower, and their nickname for him is Dick Skyscraper.
Okay, enough. Okay. It's time to cut them off. All right.
That nickname. No, what in the ditty is going on? I'm not calling him that.
Yeah, that's a lie.
I'm not calling Mr. Hightower whatever you just said. No, and I don't even want to know the explanation. I don't even need an explanation. No, thank you. I'll pass.
It's one of my favorite shows on ESPN 1000. Waddle and Sylvie.
Do like the Waddle and Sylvie show. I missed that segment, and I'm okay with that.
What did you learn from this game, Q, if anything?
I don't like to. It's. I can't really say I learned anything because I don't like to, hyper analyze preseason. So I just thought that the team was, like Tiff said, it was a well-run preseason game. I think what I will say is my expectation and beliefs in this rookie class were kind of confirmed by what I saw with their talent and ability. I like what I saw from the rookie guys. They were as built. Ruben Hippolyte, he looked fast. He looked physical. Kyle Monangai, he was billed as a guy who was a tough physical runner. I saw that. Luther Burden was billed as a good route runner and an explosive guy. I saw that. So I just saw the things that confirmed why we drafted these guys. I say that's all I learned because they still got to do it in the regular season when the real bullets are flying. So I don't want to say I learned too much, but just excited to see football again being played.
Yeah, to your point, I'm gonna take the ball from where you had it, and I'm gonna expand on that a little bit. Basically, coming back to the original topic that we started the show with, should the starters played? I didn't learn anything from this game, mostly because one, starters weren't out there, and two,
But
I
what would
think
we have
Miami
learned what would we have learned if the starters did play though?
was
So they
see
would have
to
played one
that point,
series.
to this point, and this is the larger point. The larger reason why I didn't learn much from this game is because I think Miami sucks.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be a very good team whatsoever on either side of the ball. Yeah,
And
either, even
they're
offense.
going to be in the Arch Manning Lenore's Sellers sweepstakes next year. I think two was not long for Miami either.
Right. I don't think the quarterback or the Mike McDaniel's experiment is going to go too much further. But and to that point, yes, I'm glad to see the Bears get to build up a callus in the joint practice. Yes, I'm glad to see some of the twos go out there and make some noise and some of the threes on Sunday. But as far as what this means for the Bears as a collective for the 2025 season, I don't get much out of it. For most part, because like I said, I don't think Miami's going to be good. So also, if the starters to that argument that the starters should have been playing out there, and shout out to my boy Jay Trey, also on the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel, what would be the purpose of putting Caleb or any of the starters out there to play a team full of scrubs? That's just another glorified practice. That's just an excuse to get somebody hurt. No, let's do it where we're actually trying to meet the challenge. The Buffalo Bills seem like a great opportunity to do that. The Kansas City Chiefs, it's like a great chance to do that. Miami Dolphins, we're punching below our belt. And I'm going to say that as the Miami Dolphins have been in the playoffs more recent than the Bears, I feel like the Miami Dolphins are below the Bears. I don't feel like this is a necessary environment for our starters. Right. I don't think this is a good measure stick for the starters. Let the other guys go out there and get their rocks off, sow their royal oats on the football field. Let them do that. Caleb and the rest of them guys, they got bigger fish to fry. And to that point, Caleb, he actually practiced Sunday morning. He had a hour and a half practice before the game. So it ain't like he didn't do any work. Well, I know what the third of us will say. I've got that still on wax. How that the offense doesn't look good in preseason, but all the starters. I already know what that sounds like.
From whom? Me? I haven't said anything.
I'd
You
say
talking
what
about
it.
from
Well,
last year?
Yes, from last year.
Man.
Oh
Well,
man,
they're gonna look a lot better this year. I'm not giving that any energy. I'm giving Caleb all the positive energy that he's gonna come out and play and look. He's got all his jitters out in practice. All the missing targets and all that stuff, he's getting that out in practice. Once he gets on the field, all the temper tantrums and all of that, getting it out in practice. That boy is gonna be ready to go. He got his grown man haircut now, and he's ready to go.
bear down.
I mean, I said that earlier though, but like Tom Brady, he didn't put in enough where you're gonna get away with some tantrums. It's like anything else in life. If you're attractive enough, if you're successful enough, it's things you can get away with that other people can't. So once Caleb got some winning under his belt, if he want to have a little temper tantrum, cool. But when you're the new guy who has to be the leader, at times you can still show passion, but it can't be every time something don't go your way, like you kind of falling apart a little bit. And that was what I was saying last year. It seemed like all that was the whole team. When DJ, whoever, every time something didn't go, they what's going on? Like, why is everybody having tantrums every time something don't go their way. So that's all I'm saying. He's the tone setter for the team. So at times he just gonna have to, if he need to throw a fit to get everybody motivated, that's what's up. But you can't have a little tantrum every time you miss a throw or, whatever it is. Like, I don't know. It's got to be balance to it, bro. But once he start winning like Tom Brady, if he want to throw his damn tablet on the sideline, do your thing, bro. But you got to get there first. And he black too. Like, let's be clear. Like, black QBs or black people in general can never do what our counterparts do and be judged the same. I mean, that's just the sad truth.
Yeah, that is a sad truth. Especially in
Well, I don't know about that. It's a lot of CTE in between those two. There's a big, big gap there. IDK. Maybe him and Le'Veon Bell. It's not much between AB and Le'Veon Bell, but I don't know about Tom Brady.
you know what they got in common?
Exactly. So not many brains.
No,
Ice can't wait to get their hands on him, bro.
nah. Trump gonna pardon him because if you remember, Antonio Brown was stumping for Trump during the campaign time.
He was.
Well, you know what? You know what? Trump is also locking up a lot of people that supported him too.
Yeah,
so.
he don't care about that now. He back in now. What he need you simps for now? He back in.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm like, that's it. He don't care about you simps no more. He got everything he needed from you.
Right. And in the words of Tiff, all that reckless dick riding you did during November, and they help you out. You ain't nothing but.
I was about to say, I ain't said nothing about no reckless dick ride now. Wait a minute.
Thanks for listening to this latest episode from the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan Channel. Don't matter if you listen to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or watch it on Twitch or YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, hit the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And to all the guys from Chicago, we say three things. Bear down, go Cubs go, and sell the team, Jerry.